Welcome to the final day of the Bassmaster Team Championship Classic Fish Off. This is what they're fishing for today. This trophy, which comes along with a 2019 berth to the Bassmaster Classic in Knoxville, Tennessee, on the Tennessee River. That's an awesome thing for me to even say. I always get nervous I know these anglers are nervous. I'm nervous as well up on the stage. Anytime that we give away classic berths, the Super Bowl of bass fishing, the dream of every amateur angler, every professional angler is to make it to the Bassmaster Classic, and we're going to give the final berth away to the 2019 Classic right here in just a few minutes. I do want to thank a few people before we get started, and then we'll tell you how they all got here, how these anglers made it this far. But before we do, I want to thank our premier sponsors: Abu Garcia, Berkeley, Hook, Skeeter, Yamaha, Nitro, Mercury, Humminbird, Minn Kota, Power Pole. Our supporting sponsors: Academy Outdoors, Carhartt, Phoenix, and we've got three beautiful Phoenix boats that these co-anglers were all in this week, and thank you very much from Phoenix, TH Marine, and Livingston Lures. I also want to thank our local hosts. We could not do these events without all the partners that we have. Premier sponsors, supporting sponsors, local hosts are a huge part of it, and I want to thank the Greater Orlando Sports Commission, especially Lindsay McBride. She's sitting out there. Thank you, Lindsay, all your entire staff, the Lake County staff, Stephen Clenny and his staff, the Comfort Inn staff. I want to thank all of them. I want to thank the Florida Bass Nation. David Driggers is running around here somewhere, the president of the Florida Bass Nation, providing volunteers for this event. Chet, our camera guy this week, chasing them around on the water so Andy can get pictures of everybody and put them on Bassmaster.com. Can't do it without any of those people, as well as my staff. Before we get away, I do want to thank my staff because they do a fantastic job. They work hard all year. This is the culmination, the last tournament of 2018 for Bassmaster, and so I want to especially thank my staff as well. So if you will all please give them a round of applause, I would appreciate it. All right, so how did these anglers get here? We had anglers here in beautiful Lake County, Leesburg, Florida. We're here at the ski beach, and they've done a fantastic job redoing this. But we had anglers from all over the world: South Africa, Australia, Ontario, Canada. Just about every state in the United States was represented here this week. 197 teams from all over came and fished. That's almost 400 anglers to fish the Harris Chain of Lakes. They fished for 2 days, and we crowned team champions. And those champions were Matthew Robertson and I'm sorry. Their champions were Clay Samples and Tyler Purcell, Angler's Choice anglers, and they took home a Nitro Z20 with a Mercury 225 just a couple days ago. And then second place was $14,000. Third place was $10,000. So all these anglers that are standing here have won a pretty good chunk of money or merchandise already. So they're not fishing for any of that today. As we said, they're fishing for the Bassmaster Classic. Fish for 2 days. We kept the top 3 teams. We put the co-anglers in the Phoenix boats like we talked about. The pros, or the anglers, got to run their own boats, and then they fished yesterday and today. Yesterday, Matthew Robertson had a bag of 25 pounds, 10 ounces to take over the lead. Jamie Copenhaver had a 21-pound, 6-ounce bag. Clay Samples had 14 pounds. Adam Dysart had 11 pounds. Wendell Anderson had 10.4, and Tyler Purcell had 112 after some boat issues yesterday. But today we're gonna crown that champion. You've noticed we've got a boat sitting over here. That is your leader. That's your leader. We always put the leader over there. We're on the hot seat, and instead of putting him in the hot seat, we just pulled his boat right up here. Matthew Robertson with that 25-pound, 10-ounce bag. He's right over there. He's going to weigh in last. We're going to go 6 through 1. If they take over the lead, they'll take over the hot seat. Once we get down to the last 2, we'll bring them up here. and we will crown a champion. It's going to be exciting. I'm nervous. I know Hank's nervous. I know the anglers are nervous. But before we do, each and every weigh-in, each and every morning, we honor this great nation with the playing of our national anthem. So if you'll remove your caps as we do so this afternoon. We have a beautiful day here. I mean, when I say beautiful, I mean beautiful. Usually at the end of a tournament, my staff and myself as well are ready to go home. I am not ready to go home today. I would love to stay. It is cold at home and nasty and rainy, and I would love to stay right here and fish some more and golf some more. My wife's probably watching and saying, no, you cannot stay there because that also comes with spending a lot of money when I do that too. So she's not wanting me to do that. But we're ready to weigh some fish, but I can't weigh the fish without a weighmaster. So I'm going to bring him up here. Our weighmaster this week has been Hank Weldon, the senior manager of all our youth platforms, our college, our high school, and our junior programs. Been a great week. Great weather, fantastic weather. It was a little chilly earlier in the week, but it's certainly not that now.
It's been a great week, and it's been a great year. You know, I think about everything all the way back to January when we started out the College and the Nation series right there in Toledo Bend, and it all comes to here, the final day of this 2018 Bassmaster season. We'll fulfill our the classic field, and we'll be done, and we'll be just about 6 weeks away from starting the 2019 season out right here where we stand for the one of those Bass Pro Shops Bassmaster Open. So again, a great day today. What a better way to end this season on a gorgeous day like today, and filling out that Super Bowl of bass fishing field.
It's fantastic, and the fishing has been pretty darn good here on the Harris Chain. In the tournament, we saw a 29-pound bag. We saw several over 20. We saw a 10-pound, 10-ounce bass. We saw a couple 9-pounders, several in the 8-pound range. And it seems like at least somebody has been catching them better every day. So I'm anxious to see what happens today.
Yeah, I mean, these guys are good. These are the top of all their teams across the country. And we had, a team from Australia, a team from Zimbabwe, a couple from Canada. So really worldwide, these are the best duo, team of those team trails. And then we whittled that down to the best teams of this Team Trail Championship, and now we've got the best 6 anglers. So they definitely figure something out, and it's going to be an exciting weigh-in.
It is a little bit unique. They fish as teams all year, as you said. They get here, they fish as teams for 2 days. They win some money. They win a boat if they make it this far. Then we take them, and the mean old guys that we are, we separate them and make them fish by themselves against the guy that they've been fishing with all year long. So that's a little bit, that can be a little bit different. I'm not sure how some of them dealt with it. We'll talk to them about that, how they decided who was going where and so forth. But we need to crown a champion. Are you all ready to see a champion crowned? That was not very good. We've had several days to practice this, and I always have to do 2 takes. So let's do it again. Are you ready to see a champion crowned? Ah, it's much better. All right, so here we go. Our first angler up today is going to be Tyler Purcell, and he's representing the Angler's Choice Team Trail, and he lives in North Carolina. He's got 4 bass today. He had 112 yesterday. He's got a couple, 4 fish in there, 5 pounds, 5 ounces. He would like to get a picture, and he should be proud. Just making it this far, final day of the final tournament of the Bassmaster season is an achievement in itself. How about that? All right, Tyler, come on over here. Come on over here. All right, so I mean, you made it this far. So at the beginning of the year, think back to the beginning of the year when you decided to fish the team trail, Angler's Choice Team Trail, and qualify for this event and how the season went. Did you ever think you'd be here on the final day?
Not at all. At the beginning of the year, we started off very slow. Had a lot of lost fish at the beginning of the year, but at the end of the year, we got it together. But the crazy thing is we were alternatives to come here, and we had 1 week to get ready. And we packed the truck and just came on down and won the boat.
See, that's an awesome story. So, I mean, just so you all understand, each one of these team trails, they're tasked with deciding who their top teams are. And they do that through a point system or through weight or whatever it is. And they're granted a number of slots in this tournament by how many people compete in their team trail. And so you just finished right outside that mark, and some team couldn't come, and so they went down the list, and you got to come and look where it made you. You got anybody you want to thank or say hi to while we got you up here?
I'd like to thank my father, Charles Purcell, and all my friends back at home, everybody that was watching, all the calls, support we got this week. Thank y'all.
All right, Tyler Purcell. Good job, Tyler. Thank you for fishing with us. All right. 1 down, 5 to go. Next up is Wendell Anderson from the Kentucky Bass Nation Team Trail. Not bringing us any fish, but there's a reason for that today. We'll talk about that. So you went out today and didn't bring us any fish, but you weren't planning on to bringing us any fish.
No, I went out and cheerleaded for my buddy. He found a big sack of fish, and I wasn't going to touch them.
I mean, so how did you decide that? We talked a little bit about it. You know, your teammates all year long, and then you get to this point and we separate you and you have to fish. Did you decide something like whoever catches them the best on day 1 you're going to do, or did you decide this before day 1?
That boy puts in more effort and time than just about anybody on the lake, and I let him have it. I thought it was his time, and he earned it.
That's a good job by you. You got anybody you want to thank or say hi to?
Yeah, Mom and Dad, Jackie Anderson, Teresa Anderson, and the hometown boys up there in Central City, and Owensboro Bassmore.
All right. Congratulations, Wendell, on getting it this far. Great tournament for Wendell Anderson. All right. Representing the Chattanooga Bass Association, Adam Dysart coming up. And they're from up in that Tennessee area where the Classic is. And you've got 5 bass. You had 11 pounds yesterday. You need 14.11 to take over this hot seat. 11 pounds, 3 ounces, 11.3. Not going to move you into first. They're going to put you in second place right now. It's going to hold up a few for the camera. All right, Adam. Great year. I mean, you made it this far and had a fantastic year. And just tell us a little bit about your year.
Me and Jay, I can't remember how we did. Our tournament trail starts in February. We always struggle in February, so I'm pretty sure we didn't do good in February again. March, we may have started spiking a little bit. We almost won April, jumped off the winning fish in April. So we were second. Missed out on Triton bonus bucks, too, because the guys that won it had a Triton. No, that was May. That was May. almost won May. Won June. We had 35 something in June, and just had one of those days that you don't happen very often. July, I think we did pretty dang good. Jumped off some big fish. I can't remember exactly all of them. We did a lot stronger this year later in the fall than we normally do. A lot of times around October and stuff it gets tough, but we did good enough to make the top 3 in points, and here we are.
Made it here, made the top 3 here, and then we separated you. So how did you all decide what you were going to do yesterday on day 1, strategy-wise?
Well, after yesterday, Jamie was the only one that really had a chance to possibly make it, so I just stayed out in the outskirts, and I put together a little measly limit this morning, and I stayed probably 100, 200 yards from him all day, and wishing the best for him, but it didn't pan out quite like we wanted today.
You got anybody you want to thank or say hi to?
Yeah, my parents, all my buddies that text and say good luck, and my wife.
Congratulations on a great tournament. Hope to see you back here next year. Good job. All right. 3 left. 3 left. Next up, representing Angler's Choice, Clay Samples. This is your part of half of your champion team. Took home that Nitro Z20. The 225, you need that one fish has got to be 11-11 to take over the lead. 1 pound 5 ounces 1.5. He did want to know if there was a small fish award. We might be able to find something there. Maybe yeah. All right, not gonna be headed to the Classic, but you're the team series champions for a year. You get to come back to this event, automatic berth in the next year's event. So that's a good thing.
That's right. You know, we just thankful for what happened on day 1 and 2. Each day the weight went down about a pound per average on fish. So I figured it was going to be pretty much milked out for today. Today I stayed in Harris all day just searching, trying to find another one of those magical holes in the hydrilla. I think I found it the last 10 minutes, but had a couple bites right there and lost felt like a decent one. But I'd like to thank TaylorMan Custom Lures again. The football head jig got us here. Throughout all the series at Angler's Choice, I'd like to thank Angler's Choice for hosting the event. You know, they do a lot of work and a lot of paperwork to get us into this position, and so I'd like to thank them and my wife and family back home.
Very good. Congratulations on the win. Team champion. There you go. Next year. We'll see you next year, Clay. All right. Whew. Now we're down to 2. And the hot seat is still open. You know what that means, Jamie? That means it's you or him who's going to the Classic. Bring him up. Chattanooga Bass Association representative Jamie Copenhaver the third had 21.6 yesterday. You need 4 pounds 5 ounces to take over the hot seat, take over the lead. 12 pounds 6 ounces 12.6. There's your new leader with 33 pounds 12 ounces. He is 1 angler away from the Bassmaster Classic. All right, Jamie. You've had a good week as well. I mean, all 6 of you have had a good week. You've got here, and that's an accomplishment in itself, and you're so close. You're 1 angler away from the Bassmaster Classic, possibly.
Yeah, it's been a great week here in Florida. When I found out this tournament was coming to Florida, you know, my goal this year was to try to make the top 3 in points in our division in the Chattanooga Bass Association, and we did. Come down here, gave it our all. The spot this morning, had it all to myself. Adam gave me plenty of space. Fish just didn't bite. I did catch quite a bit of fish today, but did have to cull quite a bit too because they were actually swallowing the worm that I was catching them on. But, you know, it is what it is. We spent the first 3 days idling around trying to find that mega school, and we found one and couldn't get to fire, and we really never went back to it. I did go graph it again on my way back in today. They were gone. So I know that pattern's slowly starting to kind of fizzle out a little bit, so there should have been more fish coming to us, but they did take a pounding this week.
Tell us a little bit. I know these guys out here probably want to hear exactly how you've been catching them this week. I haven't asked that much, but how'd you catch them this week?
Well, we've been throwing a chatterbait with a Strike King KVD caffeine shad, green pumpkin pearl belly trailer, and also throwing a Strike King KVD bullworm on a Texas rig with a 3/8 ounce hook in it. Because the bite, the wind got up, we'd throw the chatterbait. We were getting a lot of bites doing that. As soon as the wind started dying down, which started yesterday, they really wanted to drag a worm being drugged to catch them. So I did. All my fish today came on a worm. 4 of them yesterday came on a worm, and 1 on a chatterbait. I actually got one, made it bite yesterday. So, I mean, it is what it is.
Any certain depth, or fishing around the grass or outside the grass, or where were they at?
I'm fishing deep hydrilla. Most of it's growing out in 10, 12 foot of water. So, I mean, a lot of people were fishing the hydrilla on in shallower. And that kind of played a big factor in me and Adam's success this week, is fishing a little bit deeper, because the first 2 days we didn't have any company at all out on the patches we were hitting. A lot of people were moved up more in and fishing rattle traps and spinner baits, and people were catching some fish, but nobody had the quality that we did this week.
You got anybody you want to thank or say hi to before we crown a champion here?
Yep, I'd like to thank my wife for letting me do this, my mom, all my friends back at home, Chattanooga Bass Association, and all my sponsors, Strike King, Lear, Denali Rods, Power Pearl, Shallow Water Anchors. Thank you guys so much.
All right, we're going to do this right now. I'm not gonna have you take the hot seat. I'm going to have you stand right up here with me. We have one angler left. He's right over there. Matthew Robertson. Come on up here, Matthew, before you bag your fish. Let's talk to him a little bit, because it's going to get crazy. One of these 2 anglers is going to the Classic, so we're going to get our thank yous and all that out of the way first. So tell us a little bit about how you caught your fish this week, and how you're feeling right now.
Well, whenever we came down here, we decided we were going to do what we're best at, and that's offshore fishing. And we looked at a bunch of grass, and we actually had a good grass bite. We were averaging between 16, 17 pounds a day grass fishing. And we found a couple hard spots, and we idled over them, and I told him, I said, man, them are bass. I said, there's a bunch of them, and they look big. And that first day our trolling motor messed up, and we was planning on trying to catch 14, 15 pounds out of the grass, and we couldn't get those deep fish to bite whenever we found them. And so we just went back to grass fishing after we got trolling motor fixed, and we didn't know what was there. And but we found out real quick the next day.
You've had a great week as well. How your partner said that he just basically, you put in all the work, and I know he's got to be a good partner, and he's absolutely a good partner to do that for you. But I know you didn't get here by yourself, and you had a great year.
No, let me tell you something, boys. He's a heck of a fisherman, and he can hold his own with anybody. And I can't thank him enough for leaving that to me. I mean, I can never repay that.
Well, maybe you can buy all his dinners and all his drinks and everything if you make it to the Classic.
I got a feeling I'm not going to come out ahead on this.
You got anybody you want to thank or say hi to before it gets really crazy here?
Yeah, I want to thank my wife, Wendell, all the folks up there at Renegade Marine. They really take care of me. The service crew, Sherbert, he's the owner. Triton Boats, Mercury. Man, I just want to thank them all.
All right, go get your fish. Let's do this. Let's crown a champion. All right. It says on my screen he's got 1 fish.
Oh, no.
But I know that's not correct. I was going to say he needs 8 pounds, 3 ounces to go to the Classic. That may be it right there. If he reaches in there one more time, he is going to the Classic for sure. He's going back in. He's going back in. Is that the small side? I think I can safely say Matthew Robertson's going to the Bassmaster Classic. He's going in the big side. He's going in the big side. Oh, that was the big side? That is a bag of fish. Alan can't hardly lift that bag of fish. 5 bass. Let's make it official. £29 is the big bag of the week that they caught. 31 pounds, 15 ounces. 1 ounce shy of 32 pounds. Let's get a quick picture. Matt's going to let me and Hank hold one of these giants. Congrats one more time to Jamie Copenhaver. He's going to finish in second place. Weighing this one for big fish. 7 pounds, 4 ounces on the big bag. Wow, what a bag of fish. 1 ounce shy of 32 pounds.
Yeah, it's not the biggest bag I ever weighed, but it's a good one on the right day.
What's the biggest bag you've ever weighed?
33.55 on Kentucky Lake.
Well, that was pretty darn close to that. About 1.5 pounds shy of that, but great bag of fish. You're going to the Bassmaster Classic.
Yeah, it ain't really sunk in. I know I'm going to throw out a tall order here, but them boys don't know who I am yet. They're going to find out come March on Tennessee River.
There you go. Let's make it official. Here he is, your 2018 Bassmaster Team Championship Classic Fish-Off winner, going to the Bassmaster Classic, Matthew Robertson, representing the Kentucky Bass Nation Team Trail. I want to thank everybody for watching at home on Bassmaster.com. Thank the great crowd that came out today. We're going to, as Hank said, we're going to be right back here in January on the Harris Chain for a Bassmaster Open, and we will hope to see all of you here. And thank you for watching at home on Bassmaster.com. On behalf of Hank Weldon, I'm John Stewart. Thank you, and have a Merry Christmas, everybody.